Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talk Some More. Well, would you believe it? Emmanuel Macron, he did a speech tonight in which he declared all the same things that they have been declaring in all the other countries like Ireland, Denmark and the UK. Well, sort of, but of course we know that it will follow suit in a week or so. Here we have President Macron says only the immune can go to French bars and restaurants, makes COVID jabs compulsory for care workers and warns the country's fourth wave has already begun in dramatic national address. Sound familiar? Yes, it does. We've heard all of this before, but in other countries. Isn't it strange how all these countries seem to be following the exact same chain of events, all bringing out these very draconian rules all at the same time? Are they all copying each other? Have they no brain of their own? I thought they were all independent countries. But they seem to all have identikit plans. Vaccine passports, it says here, will also be required from August the 1st for anyone wanting to go out to eat or drink at a bar, cafe or restaurant or travel on planes. Passengers, it says here, on long-distance bus or train rides will also require a pass. Now look, I'm sick of these normies now pretending all the time that everything is okay. Look, you have all of these countries bringing in identical laws all at the same time. These aren't just ordinary laws. They're removing people's freedoms. They're bringing in passports for pubs, clubs and restaurants, saying the same thing, identical. They all have the same agenda. Now look, the average normie out there They believe they live in a democracy. They believe they vote in elections and collectively vote in their governments. And they are there to serve the public of that individual country. That is what they believe. But that is obviously now not the case. How can you believe that anymore when you see all of these separate countries do the same thing at the same time? It's obvious. You can't deny it anymore. That is now officially a myth. There is obviously an organisation pulling the strings and creating the rules for all of these countries. Who you voted for is irrelevant now. Why don't the governments just own up to this? That they are all being ruled over by an international organisation that is telling them what to do, what policies to bring in, what rules and what restrictions to bring in. Why don't they just admit it? Why don't they just let the cat out of the bag? Why don't they just tell the public of these individual countries, tell them they don't live in a democracy anymore, that they live in a dictatorship, a tyranny, and not just an ordinary tyranny, but a worldwide tyranny in which you now will have no freedom and that you're basically a slave? Why don't they just admit it? Oh no, they won't do that because the people of those individual countries, if they knew they were living in a tyranny and there was no democracy, they would lose their shit and realise they have been lied to, and they would end up revolting. So they keep pretending that this is not the case, and people seem to keep on believing it, even when it's right in front of your face, even when every country brings in the exact same policies at the exact same time. Stop complying with these people. Stop downloading apps onto your phone that tell you what you can and can't do. Stop partaking in furthering along your own enslavement. As always, thanks for listening. Come and subscribe to the tribe at hugotalks.com, a place for like-minded souls who don't follow the fake stream media and don't follow the herd.